Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Khalil Baker.
My name is Jamal McDaniel.
I'm Jason Brooks.
I am Jasmine Prince.
During my tenure at UK, I was the first director of the Martin Luther King Jr. Cultural Center. And I guess we could say I was the founder of the center under the leadership of Dr. William C. Parker.
I believe in what President Kapaludis has said over the past few years is that the King Center, where it's physically established, and also where the Student Center is, it's at the heart of campus, right? The Martin Luther King Center was strategically placed at the intersection of Champion Avenue, our Avenue of Champions, and the Martin Luther King Boulevard.
The importance of the King Center during my time, historically and presently. Historically and present will be the same, I would say. The importance of the King Center is it's a center on a historically white college university who wasn't created with diversity in mind.
The MLK Center plays an important role in contributing to and cultivating a sense of belonging among a population of students for whom the university was not designed. The King Center exists because of Black student activists who pushed for its creation. But we encountered pressure common at HWCUs to center white students in its operation. Open to all, the King Center is one space on campus where students of color and their needs, experiences, and perspectives are centered.
The King Cultural Center, even beyond my time as a staff member, was one of the most, if not the most important place that I spent my time as an undergrad. Also as a UK alum, the King Cultural Center, under the directorship of Ricardo Nazario Colon, as well as under Chester Grundy and his program coordinator at the time, Phyllis Ramsey. If it weren't for those people, I don't think I would even understand who I am at this time.
The King Center is one space on campus where students of color and their needs, experiences, and perspectives are centered.
They provided an avenue for us to feel like we belong at the University of Kentucky.
It was very important for me to work in an identity space because I believe in providing brave spaces for students of color on predominantly white campuses, and that is what the King Center was. The King Center was a place where students could feel validated, seen, heard, celebrated. It was a home away from home, right? Oftentimes on predominantly white campuses, you might be the only in your residence hall, the only in your major. And so it's nice to just not be the only in the room sometimes, right? And the King Center provided that.
We see that students come here because they know this is a space where they can safely not only be themselves, but also have very developmental and productive conversations about what's happening in society. And we know that as a result, right, of the things that happen here, they are better in their student organizations. They are better individuals in their classrooms and the type of conversations they have.
The verdict came out in the Ferguson trial, and students were feeling it. It's what majority of students were talking about, and it was one of those things that we just decided we need to do something. We need to create a space for folks to come together and process what everyone was feeling. So in a matter of, I think it was 2 days, it may have been 3 days, we put together a program, we advertised it, and we brought it together one night. We had the small ballroom in the old student center, and I think we were expecting maybe 100 people to show up, so we had chairs and everything set up. And by the time the last person got in, we had well over 300 people attending, students, faculty, staff, and even some folks from community showed up and just wanted to be part of that conversation, needed to be part of that conversation. And what we ended up doing was we moved the chairs out of the room, and some we kept around the room. It just made sense to get everyone on the floor and sit in groups and talk. And it was a powerful discussion.
Some of the most gratifying, proudest moments. If I were to pull out one, okay, out of that track record, the weekend we brought Muhammad Ali to campus, it lit the city, and literally have him connect with hundreds of kids there, visit the Muslim mosque here, I mean, that was like, one of the most exciting times, just to be around him for 2 days. And thinking, wow, and this is my job.
Part of the reason why the MLK Center has really thrived over the last 35 years is the fact that the institution, and obviously the students and the faculty and the staff, see this place as a refuge, a place of peace, relaxation, a place where you can get refreshed, renewed, restored, for the lack of a better term. But I think that students come here and they can feel like themselves. They can feel home here. They can feel like they can be their authentic and organic self.
It is what we have in terms of being one of few people of color on PWIs like the University of Kentucky. Having spaces like a King Cultural Center becomes so integral in your success, because it's the one place you know that you can go and be unapologetic. It's the one place that you're going to go and ask the question of who am I, and finally get an answer for what that looks like for you. You're not going to be able to find that anywhere else on campus.
I think at the end of the day, King Center will always have a strong heartbeat here on this campus, one way or another, regardless of whether it's here in the Student Center or elsewhere. It will continue to be the epicenter for social justice, diversity, equity, and inclusive excellence.
The Cultural Center has meant the world to me, and I hope it means the world to you. I couldn't imagine my college experience without it. I can't imagine any Black student's experience without a Cultural Center.
I think that's the importance of the Martin Luther King Jr. Cultural Center. It is the power to help retain students. It is the power to enrich the experience of students. And it is the power to connect them back to their alma mater.
Among the many proud moments that I have working here at the MLK Center and just frequenting this space, I must say that my most proud moment, it is a moment that recurs every semester, is when I see not only my students, but those that are going to be my future colleagues in whatever industry that they're heading out to graduate, to cross that stage. When you hear that it takes a village, it's a family effort, it's a family affair. When you hear that our students who, again, become our colleagues, become our friends, become these worldwide powers, kids that go out into the world to do a plethora of a million of things that ourselves can't even dream of achieving sometimes. That's my proudest moment. But I think the other side of that too is the inspiration that those students give us right back. Sometimes we pour ourselves into those students without really pouring back into ourselves, and it's an honor to see that in pouring into those students, it is that same cycle of pouring into ourselves.
For those that attended, experienced, engaged with its programming or its space, it was a special place.
I'm just really proud to again be a part of the legacy, right? To be an alum who not only benefited greatly from this space, but like saw the greatness that came out of it. I mean, so many of friends that I call lifelong friends I met in the King Center. And so now to be, years forward and to see students not only found those same connections, but also be a part of my village too, right?
Yeah.
As a result of the ways that we do this work, has really makes me proud daily. I get to look on social media and see students who are going off and doing, wonderful things, whether it's working for Fenty or working for B&T or, doing all that they're passionate about and moving off to different places. It really makes me feel like this work not only is meaningful, but that like my life matters, it matters to someone else. And so I think that, there's so many things that I can say that continue to make me proud of the center and make me proud of the work that we do. And just, I just hope that our students and future students and anybody who engages with us really knows how much this work matters, right? And matters to not only our current team, but to the future folks who will be a part of it.
Y'all are. I was trying to keep it together.